What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and I finally got around to playing some Black Ops 3 multiplayer. And I played a tiny little bit with Christy, my fiance. She loves Call of Duty. Her and I played quite a bit of Advanced Warfare together, and we played like maybe 3 games of multiplayer. Split screen, which is just terrible for Call of Duty, and then we played some zombies as well, which isn't so bad split screen, but multiplayer is so rough because the enemy characters on screen are so incredibly tiny. They're so hard to see. So I played some this past weekend to kind of like really get a better understanding of what Black Ops 3 is, what Treyarch is trying to do with the game. I still have to feel like I have quite a ways to go because I probably played maybe 15 games or so, maybe a little bit less than that. So I mean, I got to like rank 11 maybe. So I mean, it's like 10 or 11 games. Consistently had like a 1.7 KD, which isn't too bad. I played straight up team deathmatch, didn't mess around with anything else. I'm tempted to play a couple different game modes. Map wise, I only found myself really liking 2 maps, and I don't know the names of them. One of them you guys are watching right now on screen. That is probably the map that I enjoyed the most. And again, it's just a matter of me learning the maps and learning the routes and where I need to be and where people are spawning and trying to understand some of that. And I started to pick up on it maybe, I'd say my second playthrough on most of the maps. I was like, oh, okay, there's people that set up in this position and there's people that sit around in this corner, right? So after I started to get some of that, it felt a little bit better. One of the things that is just really throwing me off with Black Ops 3 is that the wall running, I want it to be as smooth and as fluid as Titanfall. And for right now, at this stage of my career in the game, it just doesn't feel as fluid and as smooth. It feels much slower, and I don't know. It's just something about the fluidity of Titanfall's wall running to ground combat to back to wall running to back to ground combat felt just a little bit more fluid. Now I am finding out that there's a couple of tricks that you can do with that boost, the way it kind of works on that meter, the boost meter. So I've kind of started to do this like little flutter. Where it's like 3 or 4 boosts in a row to kind of just flutter in the air while I'm fighting people. Still haven't been able to get the control down for, I guess, starting a wall run, then coming off of that and doing like a little flutter and finding the next wall and then continuing on. There's not a lot of maps that allow you to do that, although I have found a couple different routes that I'm going to probably play around with and see what I can all do in there. So movement wise, it feels like it's pretty good. I still find myself from Advanced Warfare trying to do that like side thrust around corners. So I'll be fighting someone in let's say a straight hallway, and I have a corner that I can go around. I'll sit there and try to thrust, and then I'll stop firing and die. It's like, oh, I don't have my thrust. So that's something I have to try to break that habit. I don't know why it's still there. Something about that I just really enjoy doing in Advanced Warfare. So it's been a pretty difficult habit for me to stop, even 15, 20 games in now for total play. Weapon wise, I just stuck with the KN-44, and then the class that I'm using, I think it's the Outrider. It's a lady with the bow. I think her bow's name is Sparrow. So I pretty much wrecked some people with that bow. Still don't know quite all the cases where it would really shine. It seems like there's like a small AoE to it, like an explosion. And I've tried setting up around corners, but it doesn't seem like it does enough damage to actually kill someone. So for the most part, I've just been hitting people with direct hits and watching their body fly back. The animation from that is freaking hilarious. So yeah, I mean, overall, it seems like it's pretty good. I'm again trying to get a better grasp for the maps and how the characters kind of play against each other and learning their strengths and weaknesses. I'm anticipating being able to play through, a couple more characters. I don't know how long I'm going to play this game. I played Advanced Warfare for the most part throughout all of last year with Christy on and off. So, if we end up getting into Black Ops 3 real hardcore, then I imagine I'll be playing it quite a bit and trying to learn a little bit more about the game. So overall, I mean, it's Black Ops, it's Treyarch. They know what they're doing. It's pretty good. And I think that I could play some games with this. I could mess around with this a little bit longer just to see how things kind of work out. But let me know if you guys are playing it. I'm interested to see how many folks are actually diving into Black Ops 3 as opposed to, say, something like Halo or Destiny or whatever you're on right now, Rainbow Six Siege. I imagine there's quite a few people playing it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it. I know my impressions are a little late, about a month and a half late, but it's all good. I'm in there. I'm in there now. I'm playing. All right, y'all. I'll catch you all later. Stay frosty.
One shot, one kill. Won't even hear it coming.
If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?